Hi everyone and welcome to the Crimsafe Endurance Countdown. I'm Briony Ingerson and with me Steve Richards.
Hi Briony.
G'day Richo. Let's talk about Erebus Motorsport, their 3-car entry. We'll start with car 4, the Irwin Racing Mercedes of Lee Holdsworth and your Carrera Cup mate, Craig Baird. They're one of 11 driver combinations the same as last year. They've got some consistency there and they didn't do too badly. I think 2 inside the top 10 finishes last year. You reckon they'll go all right this year?
I think so. You know, you've got 2 very experienced guys. Lee is he's one of the good guys of the championship. Beardo, he's an absolute pro. So I think, you know, realistically, those guys, you know, the Erebus Mercedes combo at the moment, probably a bit of an unknown, but I think in terms of driver pairings, very, very strong.
Then we go to car 9, Maro Engel, making his Bathurst 1000 debut, alongside our mate Stevie Johnson. And you know what, it's his 19th Bathurst start, but can you believe it? The first start for him, not in a Ford.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? But yeah, it's still great to have Stevie out there. Obviously, DJR going through a few issues in the last 12 months, but Stevie's found a home, and he'll be a really good asset for Maro for these races. You know, I think those guys, you know, as I said, car speed wise, it's hard to know, but driving combinations, they're right there.
And then car 47, Tim Slade pairing up again with Andrew Thompson. They had 2 7th place finishes last year, so a good strong combination. And you know, Tim's come very close to claiming that first podium for Erebus Motorsport back at Queensland Raceway. So can we see him pressure into a top 5 or top 10, do you think? Yeah,
look, Tim's a demon. He really is a hard worker, and Tomo, he just comes in every year, steps into that co-driving role and does a really good job. So I think for me, they're probably the combo at the moment out of the 3 cars, and it'll be interesting to see how they go.
As a fan, what do you think it's going to be like standing at Mount Panorama listening to the AMG Mercedes screaming by?
Well, you have to say that they are the best sounding cars out there at the moment. They do have a very different note, and you know, it's exciting for the fans to get a bit of a point of difference between the cars, because you can actually see them coming across the top, or hear them coming across the top of the mountain.
Well, earlier Stefan Bartholomeus caught up with team principal Ryan Maddison and Irwin Racing driver Lee Holdsworth.
As the CEO, Ryan Maddison has been in charge of bringing this Erebus project to life, and now, Ryan, we're going to celebrate a year in the next little bit since this project was really ticked off. It's been a lot to talk about from that year, but how do you summarise where it is now?
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride over the last 12 months since we made the announcement, sort of mid-September. It's exceeded expectations at some point, and it's definitely been below expectations at some areas as well. The first few events at the start of the year certainly showed the weaknesses that we had, you know, across the arsenal of the performance package, but fortunately the guys have adapted really quickly to that, and we've seen some of the results over the last few races, really since Darwin and then Townsville and then Queensland Raceway. So I guess between the Northern Territory and the Queensland round, it's been quite kind to us. We're hoping to bring some performance here and certainly take that into the endurance season.
As you say, the pace has been increasing, but I guess these Enduros are looming a bit with where you are with the engine package. What can we really expect that you can achieve at the endurance races?
Yeah, good question. Our expectations absolutely to be able to go there and certainly perform for results, exactly what we've done over the last couple of races as well. So there's certainly no second guessing ourselves as to how our preparation's going towards the endurance package. We're certainly not going there to make up numbers. We're going there to run at the front of the pack and see what we can do to at least make the other teams that usually run at the front there certainly stand up and take notice. We hopefully will be there for that sprint race at the end of them.
Well, it's been a particularly tough run this year for Lee Holdsworth. Lee, what do you put it down to so far? Character building?
Certainly been character building. I'm sick of building my character now. I just want to get on with it and get some results and you know, get the ball rolling and really have a good run towards the end of the year, especially for the Enduros. So you know, Beto and I want to have some good results for Irwin.
Now everyone's going to Bathurst this year with a new car, the future cars. You actually drove the prototype there last year, not the Mercedes, of course. But what did you think of how it handled the track?
Yeah, I mean the prototype was actually, it was built really well by V8 Supercars, and so to drive it on Bathurst track, it actually felt really good. Looking forward to going back there in the Mercedes-Benz AMG and giving it a good crack, because obviously we've done a lot of development on the cars since the prototype. But yeah, good to get some miles around there last year in the thing and really, you know, get the heads up on how it handles. But really, it's not too much different to, you know, last year's spec car.
last year's race was really dominated by tyres, and we've seen that be an issue across a few years up there. Do you think it's going to be the same again this year?
I think the Dunlop tyres are a very durable tyre. You know, they handle all conditions. Depending on, you know, you can stretch the boundaries with tyre pressures, and that's when the problems occur, when you drop them too low. You know, you get more flex in the tyre wall, and if you drop off the track with low pressures, you can do some damage to the tyre. So Bathurst has typically been a place in the last 5 years where we've seen a lot of delaminating tyres and that sort of thing, and that's usually because of you know, the speeds and the G-forces we got through the corners, plus hitting curbs at the same time. The tyre doesn't like that, but you know, with a smaller sidewall, I think the car will handle better there, but also we've just got to keep that in mind, that we can't drop the pressures too much, or else you're going to do some damage. And it's really a compromise between speed and durability.
Ryan Maddison and Lee Holdsworth from Erebus Motorsport there. Well, stay tuned to speedcafe.com for more of the Crimsafe Endurance Countdown.
Buying security screens? Most Crimsafe lookalikes can pop out in just a few seconds, but the real Crimsafe doesn't, thanks to its patented screw clamp. Cheap lookalikes can pop out because they're only held in with a piece of plastic. But Crimsafe screw clamp locks the mesh and spreads the impact. Crimsafe resists attack and corrosion, and now has the ultimate warranty, 15 years. Ask for a demonstration today, because if it's not Crimsafe, it's not Crimsafe.